Jordan Love did outplay Caleb Williams.
You're a fucking moron.
I don't understand.
Jesus Christ.
How is that not the case? Please. Hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We are the Trio of Positivity podcast.
We are the champions.
You gotta calm down. Jesus Christ. I am Chris, joined by my fellow co-hosts, Bhupen and Miller. We are a Chicago Bears podcast, hoping to bring some positivity into your lives. And it's been a hell of a season to do it. I am a little bit under the weather, so this is going to be a fun one. Boys, how was your weekend?
The excitement is pulsating out of you.
Something's pulsating out of me, and thankfully I have to get that checked. So we'll see how that's been going.
Did our sponsor come through?
No, we did not hear back, but hopefully we can do them proud this week.
Yeah, that was the one short that you led that had 0 views, because all the ones that I led had all the views.
I love that you make it seem like you have all this power when I'm the one that's creating them. So it's just, it is what it is. But
the people speak, and I listen, and I give them what they want.
You can find us on Facebook under Trio of Positivity Podcast, on X at The Positive Trio, YouTube at Trio of Positivity Podcast, and TikTok, where Miller still does not get us any views whatsoever in that section. We are going to jump straight into this game. We're going to talk about Bears-Packers. We're going to talk about the fucking next playoff match for the Chicago Bears against the Rams on Sunday Night Football. We're going to also talk about the other NFL playoff action that we've seen and our thoughts on this weekend. So let's just get started. The Chicago Bears pulled out another win in the fourth quarter, 31-27 against the Green Bay Packers. Caleb Williams went 24-48 with 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 361 yards. Jordan Love went a 24-46, 323 yards with 4 touchdowns. Swift led the team in rushing with 54 yards, and Colston Loveland led all receivers with 137 yards. No touchdowns, but man, I feel like every catch that he made just changed the game. So, without any further ado, we're going to get into Miller's Glazing Minute, and I'm going to keep a very strong eye on that minute, because the moment he goes over, I am muting him.
It's Miller's Glazing Minute, brought to you by the Trio of Positivity Podcast.
Now, I know Under the Weather guy just read the stats, but we're going to read it again. Caleb Williams, 361 beautiful yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 1 great punt. He is the first quarterback since Bears quarterback since 1991 to beat the Packers multiple times in a season. 11 explosive pass plays in the second half. That is the most in any half in any game in NFL history. PFF, Pretty Fucking False, gave Caleb 6 big time throws, 3rd most in a playoff game since PFF inception. And then we have the Michael Jordan play, which may go down as the greatest throw in Bears history on 4th and 8, season game on the line. Caleb throws a dime to Rome while getting tackled. PFF's highest graded throw of the weekend. Man, he is exceptional, and it's beautiful to watch. Let's keep it rolling, baby.
Well, he kept it at a minute. I love that you said 1 interception and 1 punt. What made you think that was a punt? That's what I want to know.
It was a beautiful punt.
All right, I see the.
I don't know.
How else do you explain it? I mean, they were on like the 40. They were on the 45 yard.
It was miscommunication, and he threw an interception.
And then they got the ball on the 20-yard line. That's like a 25-yard punt. That's
mean,
like inside the 20 too. I
bro,
mean, it's a beautiful punt.
I'm with you. I support you in half the stakes. Come on, you gotta say 2 interceptions. Whatever happened, like, come
Oh
on.
my God, it was a fucking joke,
Oh,
people.
God,
Go get some
Jesus
whiskey.
All right, let's get some
Christ.
other tidbits out of the way. This is their first playoff win in 15 years. It's also their 7th fourth quarter comeback victory this season, shattering every record possible. It was the largest comeback of the season and the largest in the postseason franchise history, 10th largest all time. So let's talk a little bit about his performance before we go into the other segment. I have thoughts on it. I do believe that Jordan Love did outplay Caleb Williams.
You're a fucking moron.
I don't understand
Jesus Christ.
How is that not the case? Please explain to me how that's not the case.
Because they
Who
lost.
got the dub?
Oh, so okay, perfect. I'm glad you're saying this. So what you're saying is that if a quarterback plays one good quarter to get the win, that's all you need?
He didn't play one good quarter.
No.
Because they didn't score 31 points and 31 points in one quarter.
Who did?
Nobody.
Nobody did.
The
What do you
Bears
mean? Who
scored it in the whole game.
They scored all their points in the fourth quarter. What do you mean?
No, they scored
they
25
didn't.
in 25
They
in
scored
the fourth.
25 in the fourth quarter.
6 in the other 3, but
You're still making my point.
No, I'm not. The fact that you think
what-
he outplayed him is a joke.
How?
Jordan Love disappeared in the second half. All he needed to do was literally leave 2 drives, more than a 3 and out, and he couldn't do it.
So you're
against
not
the
giving
Bears
credit
defense.
to the defense on that?
No. I mean, I'm giving credit to the defense, but I'm not going to give the credit to the
see,
defense for the
this
whole
is
half.
why we can't have nice things as Bears fans.
You
it's
just
okay.
I
Hold on,
never
hold on.
knew
It's okay.
that you
It's
were more
okay
of a
to have-
stat
listen,
guy than me.
Hold on,
Because
no,
all
no.
you do is
You
look
are a
at
stat
stats.
whore. First of all, you're a stat whore.
No,
Let's
but
get
you
that
take
over the
them
way.
to the grave.
You are a stat whore. Your last couple MGMs have been all stats on Caleb, so I don't want to hear it.
It's not necessarily
one.
true.
That's one. Two, if we're not going to sit here and say that it's completely okay for Caleb to win the game in the fourth quarter and all the other games he was awful, or all the other quarters he wasn't
He
great,
wasn't
that's
awful
okay.
throughout the game.
Miller, he threw 2 interceptions. What do you mean? He was not having a great
Did you
game.
even watch the game?
Yes. He wasn't having a great game until the
That
late third, early
interception,
fourth.
do you not correlate that wasn't Caleb's fault, like at all? And
The
that
first
the wide
interception?
the wide receiver, the punt, that
the
joke
punt,
that you guys
right.
took offensive
The
to,
one that, right.
it
So the
wasn't
one that
his
you're
fault
saying,
at all.
but it's still an interception. And then the first interception,
The second interception,
I'm not talking
What is
about
he
the
supposed
first.
to do?
I'm talking about the first interception.
I think
first
that
was
was
the
the
punt.
first.
No,
The
that
first
the
was
second.
the punt. The second one was the one to Komet on the goal line, where he had literally no one else to go, and it was a 4th down play, and you want to get it to him. Watch the fucking play, dude.
Yeah,
DJ
it was a
Moore is
bad
on his
play.
ass. Colson
It was a
Loveland's
bad
on his
play.
ass. Nowhere else to go. He's trotting backwards. What the fuck do you want him to do? You want me to throw him into the ground and 4th down?
Chris,
Like,
you can't be
watch
the Bears
fucking
fan.
game, dude.
You can't be a Bears fan here after this victory and say Jordan Love outplayed him. That's
Yes,
just
you can. You can
that's
very
the
much say that.
wrong podcast for that, buddy. I don't know what to say. Like,
If any other quarterback had the stat line that he had, you would say that he outplayed.
He
Like,
was
there's no other
literally-
way. It's
Hang on.
guys, as Bears
You read
fans,
all
it
the
is
stats just
okay.
now.
It is okay to say that Jordan Love outplayed Caleb, and we still got the win. It's okay.
do you hear yourself when you said it's a
I
largest
would
comeback in
honestly-
Bears history, whatever? We had
Comeback in Bears history. That's been
we
a
had a
trend that we've been doing
historic
all
game.
year.
we
It's
had
a trend that
historic-
we've been having all year, that we suck during the game and then we come back at the end to win it.
We didn't
It's a
suck.
trend.
Watch the fucking
Oh my
game,
God.
dude.
I don't know how
We
you
weren't
say we didn't
that
suck.
bad. If you watch the game, there were
Oh.
several drops that happened that stalled drives.
It's okay.
No,
He's
we
on a
didn't
little bit of
score
weather.
points.
It's okay. It's okay. Chris,
We
you don't know
didn't
what you're
score
talking about.
points.
It's okay.
Listen, the game itself, if you don't score points, that's what happens. I'm sorry.
So we get penalized for not scoring points, but they get props for
Did you
scoring
not hear
points?
what I just said? I said it's completely okay to say that someone outplayed him and still won.
But he didn't. He outplayed him in the first half. He didn't outplay him in the game. Because all
Miller,
he
he
needed
outplayed
to
him
do...
3 out of the 4 quarters.
No, he did not. He did not outplay him in the third quarter. You're a moron.
Oh man,
And he didn't outplay him in the fourth.
I don't
what are
know.
you talking
touchdown-
about?
That touchdown pass that he threw to what is it, Golden? That was nice. And Golden did all the work on that and still got the touchdown.
Because if Caleb would have done that, Caleb would have gotten no credit for a
Caleb would have gotten
drop back. You don't give
Caleb
him
would've
any
gotten
credit for
credit.
that.
What do you
shit.
mean?
Okay, this is so stupid. Just move on.
I
The
just
fact
don't
that you-
understand why you have such a way of saying that he didn't outplay, and then you're like, oh well, he had a better first half. That's still outplaying him. You outplayed him in the first half. Why is that so hard to comprehend?
Yeah,
No one said he didn't outplay him in the first half.
No, if you that's why they don't stop the clock at the end of first half, Chris. You play the whole.
That's
40
exactly my
minutes.
point, and that's why I'm saying it's okay to say that he outplayed him and still got the win.
in
It's
the first half.
completely okay.
No, say that in the first half, not in the second half. I disagree.
No, I
with
mean,
that.
if you look at Jordan Love's numbers, you're going to tell me he didn't have a better game?
Okay, now we're looking at numbers.
Yes,
the
dude,
guy
that's
that
all you guys
hates
do.
stats. No, you hate
No,
stats.
that's
all
all
year.
you do.
That's all you... Hold on. No.
We
no,
watched
no,
the
no, no.
game, and we know what happened in that game. Jordan Love had a chance to close out the Bears several times. And yes, you can say the field goal kicker missed him.
Chris,
Yep,
if you
field
watch
goal.
that game,
Also,
if
hold on,
4
hang on.
or 5
Hang on.
3 and
If
outs
you
that was
watch
led
that
by
game,
Jordan Love.
Which was
If
the
you watch
defense.
if you watch the game,
Fucking
you know
defense.
how big a win it was, and the first thing you would say is Jordan Love outplayed Caleb. I disagree with that 100%. If that's a takeaway, dude, I seriously I'm pissed off. This is bullshit. This is
I don't
not
get
what we're
why.
talking about right
I
now.
don't get why that pisses you off if it's true. That's what I don't
Because he
understand.
couldn't
get
get it. You can say he has better stats, but you cannot say you outplayed him. That's not why we started a stupid podcast, dude. Like
What
that's
do you mean?
that's such a dumb thing to say. You're just saying it to be like controversial and cool right now.
No,
Like,
I'm
that's
saying it
no
because the
one
numbers proved
this-
it.
So now we look at stats. After like the entire podcast, you hate
Hold on.
stats. When we
When
bring
was?
it up.
Please name the one time where we didn't look at stats.
We always look at
you-
stats.
we
you
always
don't.
look at stats.
You,
We
don't
don't always look
you
at stats.
don't. You don't, Chris.
You
don't.
just look at the INT column, and that dictates Caleb's performance, not what happened on the
Is that
football
not
field.
what you also said too, though? At one point.
No.
Hold on, and this is coming from the guy that said that if he doesn't hit 4,000, that it wouldn't be a success.
I never said that.
Bhupen.
I did not say that.
Bhupen.
What I was talking about was
No.
would you rather...
Hold on, I'm asking Bhupen now. Bhupen.
You did say the
Thank
success of the season is that.
Thank you.
But there's bigger and
No,
better
I
things.
did not. Go look it up. What I said is I would rather know that Caleb is my quarterback than making the playoffs.
No,
That's what I
beginning of
said.
the
I
season.
didn't. I
You-
never
Beginning of the season, you said
put
it's 4,000.
4,000 or bust. I never fucking said that. Go pull the shit.
Okay, let's move
Bhupen,
on.
let's go on to your segment.
Such a
Bhupen's balls
fucking
is
dumb
finally
way to
back.
start the fucking show.
I
What do
know.
you- Whoa,
I'm
hold on!
pissed
Don't get
now.
all aggressive. The Bears won. Be
That's
happy.
the stupidest
Jesus.
take I've ever heard of in my life.
How is that
Chris,
stupid?
Chris,
You have
if
a guy
anyone
that
heard the first 10
pulled
minutes of the
magic
podcast,
out of his
no
ass
one
in
knew
their hand.
Bears won. Everyone probably thought
I
Bears
said the Bears
lost.
won. Listen, this is what I don't get. It's completely okay to say that someone had a better game. That's fine.
No, bro, it's the
I
biggest
agree.
game.
Stat-wise, Jordan Love had a better game. But there ain't no way in hell that you could sit here and say that Jordan Love outplayed Caleb
Outplayed.
Williams.
Yeah,
I believe he outplayed him.
Then he lost
I think
because
Caleb
he
had a better
couldn't-
fourth quarter for sure.
Are you
Caleb
rooting
had
on
a great
Caleb
fourth
now?
quarter.
Mitch is now no longer in the league. You're really rooting for Love or what?
But Mitch is still in the Mitch is still in the league. He's still in the playoffs too. They won too.
Okay. All right. Find more teams to root for, please.
I mean,
he has the Jets, he has the Colts, and he has
we
the
all have
Bills.
the Colts. Let's not act like we don't have the Colts. Stop it. We all have the Colts.
There's a text thread here that said that you and Ben were going to go join the Colts bandwagon.
Yeah, there's also a text thread here that someone still thinks they're not leaving Soldier Field, and we're not criticizing that either.
I'm gonna win. The
See?
news just came out today.
See, like that's what I'm saying. It's you can have an opinion.
Yeah, you can, but when it's a dumb opinion, I'm not going to
No,
support it.
I
it's
think I was
statistically
offended.
accurate.
Dude, it's the biggest game of our life. I don't care what else.
No,
happened.
stop it. Stop it.
is.
No, it is
big.
not.
That's not.
How are
the
you going to
point I
say
wanted-
that is the biggest game? And then the Super Bowl
I
in Miami
wasn't-
where we lost to the Colts, that one's not the biggest game?
I was not
Get
a fan
outta
at
here.
that time.
Get out of here. No, I'm
He wasn't
sorry.
even in the
I was-
U.S. at that time, so you can
All
go
right, you're
suck
going to
a
say
dick.
that this game was bigger than the NFC Championship game against the Packers?
Yes. Yes. The Cutler game.
Oh,
we
Jesus.
lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's from God. And then I'm wrong. All right, let's go on to Bhupen's Balls. It's the segment that's been back after 3 missed weeks, I think it was. that we couldn't give balls
2,
away.
you dumbass. You don't even pay attention to your own team.
It's been 3 weeks since we haven't done it. This is the
Ask
third
him about
week.
the Bills, Miller. He'll to know about the
Jesus
Bills if they
fucking
won.
Christ. Can we not do math?
It's been 2 weeks.
It's been 3 since the last time he
2
did it.
game weeks, dude. That's what you talk when
okay.
you're talking football. We're
Jesus.
not using
All right.
technical. Oh, because
Let
we
me
did this.
let me save this show. This is off rails. Here we go. People, we won. Good, better, best. Never let it rest. Until your good get better, until your better is best. Oh, I'm pumped. I want to do this. This is how I want to talk all show. If this guy comes in talking about Joe Love at a better game, get the fuck out of here.
Fucking shit.
Okay. I will not say third ball level. I'll say good. The good of the game. Devin Duvernay shined in the second half, 3 returns for 80 yards. Let's be honest, he probably gave us the jolt we needed. But the third ball, the good ball, goes to Cairo Santos, who went 3 for 3, 51 yards, which is our Bears postseason record. He was perfect on extra points too. It's extra special when the kicker on the other side kept missing key points, and our guy was clutch and through. And again, another apology, sir. We didn't know your game. We are dumbasses on this side. The number 2 ball. DJ Moore caught his usual game-winning touchdown. Rome Odunze likely had the most memorable play in Bears history, like Miller said. But the winner is Colston Loveland. 8 catches, 137 yards. God, every time we needed a big play, I think he was there. It was like, it came in bunches too. Big play after big play. Like, he crushed the defense in the second half. I don't know what we did differently. Would love to see that, but damn, he gets the better game ball. The best. Hey, Chris, listen up. There can only be one. Mr. C. Dove, a.k.a. Mr. Iceman himself, who woke up in the second half, mostly in the second quarter, to score 25 points. Clutch play after clutch play until he finally proved all doubters, all haters like Chris wrong, all the bend in the world wrong, that he can win without getting turnovers. He gets the best game ball.
And that's Bhupen's balls with apparently 7 names, which I already stopped counting.
Yes. No, there are only 3 names.
No, there were
Santos, 7 names,
Duvernay,
but 3 balls.
Moore, Odunze,
7 names
Loveland.
and 3 balls.
Chris, the way award shows work is there'll be like the nominees are, and you give it
Right,
to
but you
one
didn't even
person.
say nominees.
Yeah, he kind of explained it in the fucking as he was talking about it.
I feel like these are like
Jeez, again,
secondhand
he doesn't
shots.
listen. He doesn't
I feel
fucking
like
listen.
secondhand shots.
I can't fucking talk to you today, Chris. I don't know what's going on.
This is what you guys get when I'm sick.
Yeah,
Take
dumbass
that-
opinions.
No,
take a
correct
shot at that.
opinions.
NyQuil.
All right, let's get into some questions because we know we write good ones here with no chat GPT help.
None. I didn't use any chat GPT for mine.
I didn't even look at the sheet today, so.
Yeah, I know.
All right, at what point would you say that you gave up? Bhupen, this question's tailored to you.
Ooh. I'll be honest. Miller and I watched the game together, and this man was my rock. Before the game, he was like, "We got this." I don't know where that
I
confidence
had to
came
give him
from.
I had to give him a hype. A hype.
You did, dude. You kept me up, and every possession after, like, we had not scored and they kept scoring, I was like losing faith every time. But we kept doing the thing. You know what? We just need to score and we need to get the ball back. Once it was 21-3 and Green Bay was getting the ball to open the second half, I think that was the lowest point for me.
Even to end the first half when they were kicked the field goal.
Yeah. It was tough, but again, like, props to Miller all game. He had faith. He knew we could do it, and once the defense woke up, we knew it was over. Iceman showed up.
You're giving me a little too much credit. I had faith, but I did also state if they get one more field goal, we're playing cards. And that was when it was 21-3. And thankfully they didn't get that field goal. And so technically I never gave it up. Because when they scored that touchdown, we already had some momentum and we were coming back.
Yeah, I think I said this before. I I feel like we're always in it until we're in the fourth quarter. And I even texted the group. I was like, "We got this. We're fine." I even said that I think if we score with X amount of minutes, like we have a good shot. And then we scored, and then they scored. And I'm like, well, if we can score in 2 minutes, and sure enough, we scored in 2 minutes.
I think it was
And
like so we scored like 3 touchdowns, something like that, in like 5 minutes. Like we had like
yeah, but there was a
68.
span when they scored their touchdown because they punted 4 times or something like that.
Yeah.
They scored their touchdown, and then we got ours with like almost 2 minutes, and then that's when they got the missed field goal. So I've learned Bears are never out of it. The score could be 40-3, and somehow we always seem to find a way to get involved. So
I wish someone bet that with that confidence. It was like 10-1, 11-1.
someone online, I think it was Big Cat. Big Cat, I
Okay.
think, did a live bet, and they were
Good
at
for
plus
him.
like 500 something. I forgot what
Yeah,
it was.
it was nuts. Yeah.
Moving on. So this is a two-parter question. Why did the Bears win this game, or did the Packers lose it? I'm going to answer. I believe the defense got the Bears to win the game, and I do believe that the kicker lost it for them. So I think it's a combination of both. I think we can kind of all agree that if he nets one of those kicks, whether it's the extra point or that one field goal, it might turn a little bit. But I still think we would have had the win just because so can I just say the crowd at Soldier Field was beautiful, was
Nuts.
amazing. I was very happy to see that. My favorite moment was, I think it was Al Michaels saying, "The building is shaking." I had never heard Soldier Field shake in my life. And so I was very proud of that moment. So to credit to the people in the game, but I will say that the Bears defense in the second half came out more aggressive, and the Packers did end up losing this game.
I'll go. While the Packers' collapse was historic, I think the Bears in the second half snatched the win from Packers' throats, Chris. The Bears allowed a field goal, a touchdown, C-Dub, the angel himself, even threw an interception in the red zone. But none of that mattered. We were destined to win this game. We have finally broken the lease on Soldier Field, and we are the owners. We took the ownership back. Tenants' rights, bitches.
Yeah. You guys are fucking crazy. The Packers lost this game. As much as I want to give credit to this defense, and we'll get there. They deserve it, no doubt about it. But the Packers blew this game from top to bottom. Field goal kicker, Jordan Love, who we talked about, the running game, the play calling, everything was just trash to come out. Their first 4 drives in the second half resulted in a punt. 3 of them were 3 and outs. You can't do that if you're a team. And on top of that, 2 of those drives, all 3 of those drives, or 3 out of the 4 drives were sub 139. No time came off the clock. One of them was sub 1 minute. They didn't run the ball. And what's crazy, they were up 21-3 at halftime. The Bears had more rushing attempts than the Packers. You just can't do that. And I heard one stat that talked about teams in their position typically run the ball about 50+% of the time. The Packers ran it 35% of the time. 15 points under expectation running the ball. It allowed the Bears right back into the game. It allowed them to take advantage of these opportunities, which eventually resulted in a win. Packers totally fucked this.
Yeah, I heard that stat. I think it was on ESPN, if I remember where I first heard it. And they were talking about like why they weren't doing that. But I feel like, and you boys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like even the first half, the Bears were doing a little bit too much on the play calling. and then the Packers were not doing enough in the second half, so I felt like there was a little bit of in between there. The reason I bring that up is, um, I see. I hate being sick because now I can't remember stuff. But there was a play on the. I think I want to say it's on the fourth and goal where we could have just ran it in. We could have just had Manungai just take the ball, try to get it in there, and then we try to do some flashy shit where, like Miller was saying, there was no one around. Someone slipped, and I even wrote that I've never seen a coach out coach himself out of a win.
No, that wasn't that wasn't that play. There was plays in the first half that he got really tricky with it. That play was actually a really good play call.
Well, I
If you
didn't
watch-
like it just because I felt like we had opportunities to just run the
I
ball
mean,
at
you
that
could have
moment,
ran
and
the ball there,
yeah.
but if you look at the play, there was 2 players that slipped, which resulted in nobody being open.
That's fair. That's
But
fair.
there would have been a connection with DJ, I believe, in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
And
one
then in
thing
the
I
first
did
half,
see.
in the first
Yeah.
half, our defense there were so many wide open plays, like we just seemed to give up. And
That was the point I was trying to make. The only thing I saw defending the Packers were basically Jordan Love in the air was like there was no objection to him. They were just doing whatever they wanted to. So like that's why they stuck with that same play call, being like he's been great through the air. Let's keep him throwing the ball. They didn't make enough adjustments. That's what I've heard. That's the only excuse I think I've seen out there.
yeah. But I think we'll talk about the defense here in a little bit, but we have some other questions. This one's definitely one that Miller wrote, so let's get in there. Caleb Williams had 11 explosive pass plays in the second half. This is the most in any half in a game in NFL history. Who keeps track of that? Who fucking knows?
Pretty fucking false.
Yeah, I hate questions like that. What was your favorite? I mean, are we not? Can we all just agree that it was the 4th down pass and just move on?
No.
That was
No.
not your favorite play?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll go.
Okay, you go.
Okay. I mean, I was gonna mention that play and said I had a better one, but since we already know about the Michael Jordan play, here's a play I thought I liked. And they ran this play 3 times in game, just so you know. They had moved the right guard. This is the final touchdown to DJ Moore. They had moved the right guard over to the left, and our tight end, Komet, was blocking the defensive end on that side. And there was a bunch formation on the left, a tight end and 2 wide receivers. We had run that earlier, and they had passed it to Burden, who had like 10, 12 yards first down, right? Same play was ran. Komet and Burden like sold the screen, and DJ Moore like kind of snuck at the second level, was trying to block, but this like ran out, and then that was the touchdown. That was like we ran the same play twice. Remember, Chris, we talked about 49ers do it, Rams do it. It's the same formation. They do different plays. That's what we did. We did a screen the first time, first down, great. They saw, the second player was not on them, so sold the screen, and it was a game-winning touchdown. I thought that was beautiful. Supposedly, 49 Commanders ran that play on us and scored a touchdown with Luke McCaffrey, and we copied that from them, and like we did it better. Beautiful.
I personally loved the Manungai catch out of the backfield, where Caleb stayed in the pocket, waited for Manungai to sneak out. He snuck out, Caleb put it right where he needed to. He led Manungai, so Manungai had all the momentum going away from the defenders. Burton blocked the defender behind him, which enabled Manungai to get about 25 yards on that play and bring him right down inside the 10-yard line. Just a beautiful play, a beautiful run by Manungai to get that taken care of. And apparently, rumor on the street is some people believe Manungai is the best rookie on this team.
Ooh, who said that?
People got mad.
It wasn't me.
People
Someone
got
said-
mad.
Who
People
got mad
got
at
mad.
that?
That's for
Well, when you have the other
Trio F.
rookie, when you have the other rookie putting up 137 yards and catching everything that's thrown to him,
Hey, save it for Trio After Dark, okay?
Oh my God, is that going to be the next channel? Good Lord. So last year we talked about Caleb's composure several times. There were at least
his
2
favorite
situations.
was the one to Rome. If anyone didn't get that,
Okay. There were at least 2 situations on Saturday where he seemed to lose composure. How'd you feel about this game's lack of composure compared to last year? I don't think there's anything to it. I think that was fine.
Yeah, it was like interesting. We were
What
losing
the
so
fuck?
badly,
Dude, you're such a fucking
and
What
it
do you
seemed like
What do you mean?
You had a coronary attack last year when Caleb was on the bench because he just got flattened by a defender. And you're like, oh, this is the worst thing. I can't believe he did this. He looks awful. And then this year, he's caught on the sideline yelling at his teammates. And you're like, oh, no big deal. No big deal.
I don't recall that first part, but
You don't recall
to me
Caleb
that wasn't
laying on
losing
the-
You're saying he's lost his composure during that time? I don't
Yeah.
think that's losing composure.
It's losing focus.
That's not No, that's not losing focus either. Stop it.
Dude,
Okay.
last year
And
you hung him out to dry because of his actions on the field.
On the
I don't
field,
know.
it's different than what happens on the bench.
winning cures everything. But I'll be honest with you, like we were not winning at that time, and he was yelling at Luther Burden for causing the interception. And there was one more. He was yelling at do your effing job.
I
or
thought
whatever
he
it
was yelling at Ben Johnson, to be honest,
Yeah.
about his play calling.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah,
It,
I didn't
it,
hear
it,
too
it looked
much.
bad. It
I
looked
didn't.
bad. Yeah, it looked bad, but they won.
Of all the times that we're going to talk about losing composure, and we're not talking about AJ Brown and the Eagles, that's losing composure compared to what Caleb was doing. I'm sorry, those are two different ends. And
Hey,
Caleb
he
was
said-
on the better out,
Hey,
on the better
I
end.
just brought it up because
Hey,
you had
hey,
a
he said
field
something
day with
positive.
this last year.
No, he said something positive about Caleb Miller. Let it go, please.
Yes, I mean
Continue.
the
Next
Burton
question.
play. It's funny. It was I don't. There was another time because I definitely remember it because I was like, damn, he's getting animated on the sideline.
I think it was
the-
after the fourth down. Like,
But
that we
is
didn't
getting
convert.
animated losing composure? Like that's I
He
don't.
literally did the same thing that Sirianni did, and you're saying that's a big deal, and Caleb's isn't. You are a
No.
flip-flopping,
See,
floppy,
you're
flippy,
no-
floppy motherfucker.
No.
tonight.
See, you need to stop drinking, old man, and actually listen. I said a loss of composure is what AJ Brown did to Sirianni, not what Sirianni did to AJ Brown. AJ Brown was the one who turned around and was ready to he was ready to throw hands. That's what it
Did you-
looked like. That's
Did
losing
you see
composure.
Sirianni running down the field like 50
Yeah.
yards?
Yeah,
get
because
to
he's
a-
a coach.
maintaining composure.
That's maintaining composure.
So what was worse then?
So head coach.
So hold on,
head
no,
coach,
time out.
Hang on,
So,
hang on.
and
Wide
according to
receiver
this
who's known
question-
to be a diva. Hang on. Wide receiver who's known to be a diva fights back versus a head coach, a leader of men running 50 yards like he's gonna kill this effort. That's not losing composure.
You think AJ Brown's a diva?
Are you serious?
Wait
he
a minute.
was
are you-
reading a book last year in the bench. Just reading a book, flipping pages
Have you
on
even
the
followed
bench.
Oh,
football?
man.
I
He's
know
not
you've
getting
been
the
out of
ball.
fantasy. I know you've been out of fantasy for like 10 weeks, but have you even following football?
I'm following it a lot closer to you. You know that people still believe that AJ Brown is the better player. It's not that he has diva mentalities.
No one's saying that AJ Brown doesn't have talent, but he's definitely a diva. He
No,
doesn't.
I
He's not a
disagree.
try hard. He doesn't play if he's not getting the ball. He bitches about not getting the ball. How is that not a diva?
How about because they just fired their offensive coordinator and their offense was dog shit? How about he had a whole fucking point?
They fired it every year.
That's
So
not-
No, that's not true. But
they
that's what I'm
literally
saying.
fired their offensive coordinator
No,
every
he's not
year.
fired.
Look
He's
it
still
up.
on staff.
So wait,
he's being
so
he's going to be
He's
placed
promoted?
elsewhere.
So you're
Promoted?
saying that if a wide receiver bitches every week about not
Mhm.
getting the ball,
AJ Brown has not bitched every week.
and
That I
then
can
they
confirm.
fire their offensive coordinator at the end of the year, that means it's okay?
No, what I'm saying is if 1 + 1 = 2, if he's not getting catches and
Okay,
the offense
I'll
sucks,
have another bet with you then. I bet you whatever you want,
Yeah,
not whatever you want, that AJ Brown is not on the Eagles at the start of next season.
I'll take that bet. What do you want to bet?
Want to do chug bet? We can do a chug bet.
We'll do a chug bet. That's fine. You're-
100%.
you're
He's
s-
not even gonna.
He's gonna. I bet you he stays. 100% he stays. But let me ask you this question though. In a moment like that, where you're comparing lack of composure from that end to what Caleb did, that's the same comparison.
What? AJ Brown
from
or to what?
AJ Brown, what happened with AJ Brown compared to the two different scenarios that apparently was lack of composure this game that Caleb showed.
I think anytime someone raises their voice and screams in someone's direction and it's caught on camera, the magnifying glass gets put on it. And that's what happened here. It was talked about multiple times afterwards, and it was addressed accordingly. That basically Burton fucked up the route. He ran straight when he should have had cut in, which would have led to probably a touchdown. But Caleb now has an interception or a punt on his record. And when that animation gets out of hand, that's how shit like this starts.
I mean,
So
let's
I
be
think
honest.
it was appropriate. And I think one thing that was talked about by Ben and also Caleb was the fact that at that point, details mattered and accountability needed to take front and center. And so I think although it doesn't look the greatest, but it really shows that this is Caleb's team and he's going to be here for the long haul.
I mean, let's be honest, Chris. Had we lost this game, that's what we'd be talking about. We'd be talking.
I don't
about
think so. I can see that being a point. I don't think that's going to be looked at as much of a microscope because the Bears really didn't have reasons to beat. Like, remember we're saying we're playing with house money? We're playing with house money.
Wait,
so, I mean,
neither of you agreed. You said if we didn't win this week, this season would not be a success.
No.
Both of you said we had to beat the Packers for this reason.
To be in house money. Right, to be in house money. I'm sorry. What I was saying is I was content already with them being in the playoffs because they've already exceeded my expectations. If we were in a position where we were the Packers, Miller said the Packers were a Super Bowl contending team. They had made all of these moves, and the situation like that occurs. Sure, you could probably go and be like, "Oh yeah, the composure seems to be out of whack." Honestly, I think that happens more often than not, and the cameras just happen to catch it. That's my honest take. I don't think it was bad per se.
No,
I think of all the times I've seen someone. Go ahead. Sorry.
It showed that he cared, and we won.
I
so
agree.
It's different, but like, had we scored like 6 points and lost, like this would absolutely be on ESPN's front page. I think is what I'm saying.
I don't know if I agree with that. I could see it being like a thumbnail or some kind of aggression showing, but I don't think people will be like, "Oh, he lost his composure." Like, also he's still a second year. Like, I mean, it's a
Please
first year
keep
coach.
the positive thing coming about Caleb. This is music to my ears.
I listen, like I said,
you guys,
I don't get how that's the case. Caleb had a great fourth quarter to win the game. Why is that so hard?
He had a great game. Look at his stats, dude.
You even said he had a horrible first half. So how can you say he had a great game?
No, I did not say he had a horrible first half. I said Jordan Love outplayed him in the first half.
So if someone's outplaying someone, they're not horrible?
No. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. So you're now admitting that Caleb had a horrible game because Jordan Love outplayed him?
It almost feels like you're flippy floppy on your own there. That's what it sounds like.
Let's talk about the other side of the game ball because no one's moving this show along. I will. The Bears defense opened the second half, like you talked about, by forcing Packers to punt on the 3 of their first 4 possessions, right? Including 3 and outs. God, the first half was awful. 3 consecutive touchdown drives, right? What do you see the defense do differently in the second half that worked?
I hate to say this. I honestly hate that I'm about to say it. They fucking stuck to their bend, don't break mentality. Like, it was the dumbest shit I think I could have ever. Are you going to let me talk, Miller, or are you just, you know what? Go ahead. You continue with my thoughts, please.
Talk about how they kept to the bend, don't break mentality, and yet they didn't allow them to drive down the field. You can continue.
Yeah. Thank you. It's my opinion. Jesus, Miller. Okay. Just because you want to be wrong, you don't have to lead the others to the same path. Okay?
I'll let the comments decide who's right and who's wrong.
Yeah, you've been losing a couple of the battles, brother. I will say that. So what I was trying to say is I think what they ended up doing is something that we talked about before where the defense seems to not want to make adjustments. I still think they didn't make some adjustments with Johnson. Johnson was getting burned so many times. I don't know what was happening there. But I will say that it almost felt like they were going to be a little bit more aggressive, but they were willing to give up the yards. And I think that's what they were kind of trying to do is they were trying to get the turnovers. They didn't, but in turn, because they were trying to get the turnovers and be aggressive, it actually led to them getting those 3 and outs and getting all those opportunities. So yeah, I think it's that to me felt like it was more bend don't break, where they kind of didn't do much and they still managed to get those 3 and outs. And we are talking about the 3 and outs. I think that is more of an anomaly. I don't think when's the last time, Miller, that we've seen this defense give that many 3 and outs up? I don't
You want to know the last time we got a 3 and out?
know, like consecutively.
Well,
I
I'll
don't
tell you
recall.
the last time we got a 3 and
Oh,
out.
wait,
and that
wait,
was
wait, 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 wait. Now for the real answer, Miller. Go ahead.
Well, the last time the Bears got a 3 and out was the Browns game. Fun fact.
No way.
Yep.
That
I
is
didn't even
And we
set that up.
proceeded to get 3 of them in the third and fourth quarter. Well, it might have been 4 actually, but
4 out of 5, I think. They had a touchdown in between, maybe.
no, they just had one first down. I mean, the bottom line is the defense played a hell of a lot better in the second half. They actually got aggressive. You saw it. They were getting home. They were blitzing, and they were actually getting Jordan Love. And I think the big thing that we did with our defensive backs was I think they got aggressive. They got up to the line more and made sure that they weren't letting these wide receivers have a free release. So I think that threw off all the timing of this offense, and it caused them to have a lot of issues. Now, they did have that one drive which resulted in the touchdown in the fourth quarter, but overall, I mean, the defense really did a hell of a job getting us back in this game. Now, I mentioned before the Packers, I still think blew it, but they allowed our defense to have a shot, and our offense needed to take advantage of it, which they did.
Yeah. Like agree with Miller. We blitzed a lot more in the second half than in the first half, but it also looked like Packers missed some assignments. Like some of the blitzes, it was not like very creative. It was like regular blitzes, especially in the NFL playoff, and we were getting home with a lot of them. So I thought on the Packers side, it was a little complacency on their end, and that's what they were talking about. I think a lot of some criticism after the game was some complacency coming on them on the second half. Um, my
It's so
question, my question like is for you guys is like, is it like can we not play this all 4 quarters? Is it just a lot of effort? Do you think, or is this doable?
I heard
for four
I
quarters?
heard the Bears are starting a petition to just say, can we start the game at the fourth quarter? I think that's what's been happening.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, they did a hell of a lot better in the first half than they have the previous against Detroit and against the last time they played the Packers. I mean, they scored a field goal on the opening drive, and then in the second, they didn't get the ball back until the second quarter, so they only had one drive in the first quarter. The second quarter was the one where they drove the ball down the field to the 40-yard line, and then they had that fourth down and turned it over. And then the next one was the one where we went for it on like the 30-yard line of us. And then the following one, again, they drove it another 28 yards. So as bad as the first half looks from a scoring point, they did move the ball more than they have in the past 2 out of the 3 games outside of the Niners. So try to look from an optimistic point of view there, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
Supposedly, Ben Johnson showed him talked about the 28-3 game. How like, hey, it's not over. This will be a record if it comes through.
Yeah,
So-
they I guess they talked about that in training camp.
Yeah. So hey, it worked.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy to look back on this game and all the close turnovers that were there. I mean, you had the fumble by the big man, the fumble in the end zone. Everything was
Yep.
just so close, and we couldn't take advantage. It was almost like the fate wasn't with us at that point, and then all of a sudden we come out in the second half, and everything's just smooth money.
I think one of the best things that I could honestly say about this game in general is we didn't let the penalties hurt us. And the Packers, they let a penalty hurt them too. And so it's especially late in the game where you call a timeout and how do you get a delay a game? And like those I think are questionable coaching decisions. I will get credit to the fans though. I think for that building to be different compared to other times. but we didn't shoot ourselves on the foot. I do agree where it's like, I think the loudest I yelled was the fumble where the big man was running and we got the hit. I think that was the loudest I've ever yelled fumble, only to not get that ball.
Yeah.
And so I agree with you there.
And for the record, that delay of game is not coaching. That's on the boy that outplayed Caleb. So,
hey, that's still coaching. You call a timeout beforehand. I mean, you at least got to tell them about the fucking clock.
When you go up to change the play with 5 seconds on the play clock, that's not coaching.
This is a Twitter stat, but I thought we were the least penalized team this week, right?
Yeah, I think we only had like 2 penalties for 5 yards.
That is correct. And we also won the time of possession, boys.
That's what we said we needed to do, despite barely even running the ball.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on, man.
Can I just say, sorry, I had to mute while I was coughing, but can I just say I was 100% right about Loveland. We rode him hard, baby. And I'm sorry, is this probably the safest draft pick we've gotten that we've seen progress? I don't know. I think Caleb is just so comfortable with him that even if we didn't have Romer, we didn't have DJ, he'll have a bigger impact in the game, I would think.
It'll be really interesting to see how this works out next year, because you've seen stuff like this with Detroit last year with Laporta, where Laporta would have a big game one week. But it really seems like in this offense that it's really running through Loveland. I don't know if it's just a comfort thing as Caleb is learning this offense and he's been that stable target that hasn't really missed any time that he has gotten comfort with, or what. But I mean, he looks like a damn good tight end, man.
People have such short memories too, right? I don't know if you remember, like, I don't know, week 6, week 8, like Tyler Warren was just like breaking records, and people are like, "Oh, the Bears fucked up again." There was a clip going around after we beat the Packers where ESPN Milwaukee, like, basically was like, "Oh, yeah, the Bears burying it, taking not the number 1 tight end." So, like, people have short memories, right? Looks like a heck of a pick, but give the man some time, couple weeks to like get used to. People were dogging us for taking him over Tyler Warren. Just throwing it out there.
All right, let's get into our positivity score, boys. We ended the season with some pretty high numbers. Miller and myself were at an 8.5. Bhupen was the lowest at an 8. Miller, where are you with your first positivity score of a playoff game for the Bears?
Ooh, baby. Well, if we're going off of the scale, a Super Bowl contending team would be a 10. And while we're not technically contending for a Super Bowl yet, we're the game before that. So we're going to be at a 9.5, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go!
Jesus. Bhupen, go ahead.
Okay, so I had 9.5 written down, and I was gonna kind of edit it if you guys were like much lower. Cause like, let's be honest, right? Like Miller said, this is not the Super Bowl. It's pretty fucking close. 9.5, bitches.
Because Caleb got outplayed, I can only be at a 9.
Oh, you fucker! You're such a bitch.
No, the second half I think I can honestly say the second half is probably the best this team has looked in a long time.
Niners game?
No, the Niners game we can't even say. The Niners game has been.
I guess you meant team, not offense.
Yeah, like I felt like the second half was more of a team win, where the defense, did their thing, and the offense again pulls this fucking comeback. And you know what it is? It's one of those things where it's like people were like saying, "Oh, it's not sustainable." We've said it multiple times. Something like this is not sustainable. We don't know how long it's going to last. Fuck it. Until it doesn't last anymore is where I'm at. If this is the route we go, I don't care what the score is. Every Bears fan at Soldier Field, we could be losing 20-0 in the 4th. When Urlacher is waving the towel or someone is there, we better be making noise. I don't care what the score is. The score could be 50-50. If that 4th quarter gets us anything close, we need to support this team because It was incredible. And also shout out to the guy that was grating cheese
Yeah.
throughout the whole game. I don't know how annoying it would have been for everyone else to be around there and then like you're seeing cheese and you got to be like, oh, excuse me, I got to walk through this cheese to go to the bathroom or whatever.
People
that's
who were
beside
like the
the point.
cleaning staff are gonna
Seriously,
hate this.
that man has to work in the kitchen because he handled that thing like the right angle and he knew how to. It was.
He doesn't work in a kitchen. He works for like a factory worker, I think.
Oh well, there you go. See,
I work with a bunch of cheeseheads, and they were like more mad at that than the actual game. I think that he was wasting cheese.
They showed that so much. It was so beautiful.
But
and then
Chris,
of course
Chris,
Caleb
but
had to end.
hold on, Chris. It almost sounds like you're romanticizing the Bears there. Is
How?
that true? Like they could be down 50-0, and no one's gonna like. That sounds a little.
I don't think that's
romantic.
romanticizing them. I just think that's learning from your mistakes. If
Okay.
anything,
I don't know.
Bears have
I
come
don't
back 7
know.
times.
No, what we call that is not putting the baby in the bathwater.
Thank you. I figured that was going to come back to
not
haunt me. at
putting
some
the
point.
baby in the bath. Not throwing the baby with the bathwater. Okay,
So is it
move on.
throwing or putting? Because Miller's used two different types, so I don't know which one's which anymore.
It's don't throw the baby away with the bathwater.
Jesus. All right, boys.
Another topic with Trio After Dark. Go on.
You know what? I'm going to create that channel, Trio After Dark. Can't move to Florida, though, because apparently there's a politician that's going to want to charge 50% more tax on OnlyFans. And I feel like Trio After Dark is perfect for OnlyFans. So, boys, we have another playoff game. I don't know how to say this. It's Bears-Rams, Sunday Night Football. Schedule came out yesterday after Houston put belt to ass to Pittsburgh last night. It looks like the Rams are the opening favorites, 4.5 to start, and they've now been moved to 3.5. The over-under is at 51.5, which means Vegas has no hope for any defense to show up this game.
It's actually going down. It's around 48 right now.
Oh, it's at 48. So
Drop that much?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Maybe with the weather.
It could be. But we always ask the same questions. Maybe we'll have some more questions in between here. But what do the Bears need to do to win this game? You know what? I'm going to suck the first 3 quarters and dominate the fourth. That's going to be my best advice. Because honestly, I don't know what more we could say. We say we need to run the ball to do play action for that to work. That seems to be right. We say that Loveland has to be a person that needs to be used multiple times. That seems to be right. Odunze and Moore need to be there for explosive plays. That seems to be right. Swift doing his swiftiness around the field. That seems to be right. Everything that we've said the Bears need to do for every game in the last 6 weeks to win a game, they seem to be doing it. What they can't seem to do is score in the first half. I don't know how that's going to work, if it's going to be like a San Francisco thing where it's going to be point to point, match to match. We are at Soldier Field, though, so I do believe a West Coast team coming here to the cold might have something to do with it. But I honestly think if we can just get a couple points in the first half, that'd be great. Like a touchdown, like 10 points in the first half, I'll be happy. But I think just keep doing what they're doing, man. I'm very happy with this team. They give an underdog feel. I don't know if you guys feel that. Like they're a 2 seed, but they shouldn't be there. I don't know. It's very Little Giants of me. That's me romanticizing the team right there, putting a Little Giants reference on them.
I mean, look at it. Like, Jesus, they had a historic comeback, and we had a 4.5-point underdog at home. That's disrespect. But you're absolutely right. Honestly, like, pray for cold weather, I think, even though Stafford played at Detroit for a long time. I feel the rest of the team are still used to playing in LA, so that may help us a little bit. I think you're right. We cannot start sluggish. We have to score points, keep up with the Rams. The defense, I think, will try and get in the way, bend, don't break, whatever they do, maybe get some takeaways, which might happen this game. But I think that's what we're going to do. The offense cannot be sluggish, and we need to pray for cold weather.
I'm going to go back to the bread and butter. I've been preaching it, and it hasn't really worked out. Maybe one day it'll work out in our favor, but we got to run the ball. We got to run the ball better than we have. We haven't ran the ball well the last few weeks. Obviously, for most of the last game, we couldn't run the ball, but we need to start pulling off this running game. We need to start going back, getting the 5 yards a clip, because as we've seen firsthand, when an offense with us and the Packers, when an offense can't stay on the field and they go in 3 and out, that means that they're not in a rhythm. And that means our offense can be in a rhythm. So if we can keep going, we can keep running that ball, keeping Stafford and Puka on the sidelines, we have a shot to slow down their offense, because maybe another miracle happens with the Pope. I mean, maybe we have one more wish in there, but I think we're going to have a tough time on defense slowing down this offense.
Yeah, like this is likely the best defense we've played, probably since the Eagles game, probably all season.
No, I would probably say Lions had a better defense.
Not even in the same conversation.
They gave 23 points to Max
Lions defense was
Brosmer.
shit.
But I'm saying, like, in comparison to how we played, you can't say
Their
Green
Lions
Bay.
defense is shit.
We lost
So
to
we
the
are shit.
Lions.
It
and
doesn't
you're saying
mean that
they're
the
shit.
Lions defense is good. So you
Oh.
think the Bears defense is good
No.
because we had a
beat
good
the
half
Browns.
of football?
So wait a minute. No, I'm not gonna do that to you.
No, I think Eagles
No,
was probably like,
Eagles probably their
but like
defense.
the point I was trying to make was, guys, like, I love Caleb, I love this team, but like a 25-point comeback in the fourth is not happening to this defense. I think like we cannot be down that much and hope to win the game. We need to come out of the gate. I think this is the best defense we have played or have played a little bit for sure. That's the point I was trying to make.
I was gonna say, I think I was looking at the score. We only scored 16 against the Lions. Then it was 38 against the 49ers, and then 16
not how you
against
grade
the
a
Packers.
defense.
Or I'm sorry, 22. You kind of have to grade a defense that way if they're performing to that level. You can't. It's not always fantasy stats. That's. I
It's
always feel,
literally fantasy stats. It's literally stats that are aggregated throughout the season that determines how good a defense is.
no,
How
I
much
don't-
points they give up. How many
Miller-
turnovers they get.
Miller, he's looking at stats. Why are you pushing back? It's a good thing.
Yeah, because if I look at stats, I can again say confidently that Jordan Love had a better game than Caleb.
This is why you shouldn't look at stats. Move on.
I do have a question though. Miller, what is your definition of a good run game? What do you want to see? Like, is there a threshold you want them to pass as a team?
I want to see them run. I don't even need 100 yards. I want them to see them average 4 yards a carry. There, I'll say that.
So
That is
3.5 was,
healthy.
or 3.3 was not good enough.
3.3 is definitely not good enough.
Okay. I was just asking because you guys are so stat minded. I figured you would have a.
Because I want us, every time we run that ball, to be in a positive position for second down. So I want us to be at a second and reasonable. So 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7, 2nd and 5, something around there. And then it enables us to open up the playbook a little bit more.
Okay. Bhupen, what do the Rams need to do to win this game?
Like Miller said, stop the run game, make Caleb make throws. Like that, I think that has been the game plan of all our people playing against it lately. Run game hasn't worked. Caleb has had to pull miracles out of his hat at the end of the game. That's what they got to do.
Miller, I'm assuming you're echoing that.
Jeez, no.
Oh.
They have to have containment on Caleb. Got to keep him in the pocket. You saw on that 4th and 8 play, the defensive end, Gary, he did the wrong thing. He went inside instead of staying outside. If he stays outside, it's probably a sack. But he went inside, which enabled Caleb to escape and make that throw. If they have containment and keep him in the pocket and not enable him to get outside, they'll have a good shot.
I was thinking about what the Rams can do, and I don't know why I keep thinking about like the 49ers. But I feel like if the Rams with Matthew Stafford there, if Stafford has a day where he just throws like 400 plus, like 4 or 5 touchdowns or something like that. I don't know if we can come back from that. I think if Stafford goes nuts this game, I'm kind of where we might not have enough heart. I don't know. I feel like if there's a team that can outduel us, it would probably be the Rams. But it's the fourth quarter where it's like it's Soldier Field. It's not going to be like the Steelers where you're at home and you only put up 6. I don't think that's going to happen. So I think if the Rams want to win this game, you got to rely on Stafford and have him ball out. So with that,
Hey, how's his finger?
oh, so what?
Brain.
So it's a sprain. He'll still play.
Damn it.
I don't know why we're keeping track of prediction records in the playoffs. We said we wouldn't. So let me just erase.
Should have just keep
these
track of
ones and
my
O's.
record because I'm the only one that matters. Because
Yeah,
I'm the
that's not true.
king.
I mean,
That's not true. So
I mean,
Actually, it is true.
we
'cause
don't correct. We
I
don't
have
try
the
to correct the
most-
fans, but
The most correct and the least wrong. So that makes me the king of the predictions.
technically, the way our system works is you have to be closest to the score, which technically was me. But
yeah, just
hey,
because
who's
one
counting?
commenter decides to make him the winner, he's gonna be like, "We're following that trend." The
No,
whole
I'm just
time. We're
talking
not doing that."
overall. I'm not talking about the score
Anyways,
prediction.
Miller and Bhupen were correct in predicting the wins. I said the Packers would win, and I
Yeah,
was
can
wrong.
we dog you for like picking against the Bears, bro, on such a good game?
Why would you even bring it up, Bhupen? You know what he's going to say? I said that Jordan Love was going to be better than Caleb, and I was right.
Listen, he's right. I don't know.
Hey,
what to tell
hey,
you.
what's the order of teams you root for? Bills, Steelers, and Packers? How does it go? What's the order of those?
I mean, you married a Packer fan. Where are you at?
I'm still here, Brave. I'm still cheering on the Bears. How about
Mm.
you?
Jesus, that's your definition of role play, I guess. So let's get into this prediction.
I was gonna say something. I'm gonna say it for Trio After Dark.
Let's get into our predictions. I'll start first, man. I'm all in on this team. Fuck it. The Bears 48, Rams 45.
What?
I don't fucking care. It's gonna be a fourth quarter battle. Bears are gonna come out with a field goal win to end it.
Points or
I think the
48,
over-under is
45.
48, Chris.
48, 45. I don't care. I think it's gonna be a field goal to win it, and Santos wins the game.
Jesus Christ.
You ready?
Go ahead, Miller.
Dome teams. 1-15 in games in under 40 degrees in the playoffs. Stafford. 1-8 in 20-degree weather and under. Boys, the Rams are going to win. This is probably one of the best defensive lines we've played in a while. And while the cold will definitely affect this team, I think they're going to have Caleb under control. Rams are going to win 27-20.
Go ahead, talk shit to him, Bhupen.
Oh, I can't do with both of you. One of you, like, can we all not agree? It's called Trio of Positivity. We're a Bears podcast. One of you keeps breaking the streak. I'm gonna stick with my Bears. Miller had something going. I like the 27, but the Bears score 27. The Rams score 24, and we get the dub. Like Chris said, I'll agree with them. Santos with the home winner. Kick.
Wow. Look at that. Bhupen, I'm actually very happy with that. That's kind of nice.
Okay, we should just probably wrap it up. Let's talk about the playoffs. Oh,
We gotta talk about wildcard reaction.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Miller.
So dumb.
What was your wildcard reaction from last week? What did you think of the competition?
I don't sound like that, but that's a great question.
What do I think of Wild Card Weekend? You know what?
Yes.
Nothing mattered outside of Chicago. The Bulls won, the Hawks won, the Bears beat the Packers, and the Cubs signed to Alex
The
Bregman.
Cubs won
That's
too.
all that matters.
All right. Thank you for sharing that on the Bears podcast. Very happy with that. Chris, what do you think? What was your reaction to the wild weekend?
I thought the games were great. Panthers showed up. The Panthers fucking showed up, and they were one catch away from possibly moving down the field with 3 timeouts.
Oh, he'd
That
be
drop
so
cost
mad.
him. I did want to ask you guys, since the Bears and Panthers made the playoffs, who won the trade now?
Dude,
We're
are you
s-
serious? This is stupider than
We're
your
still
point.
alive, baby.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
can we say that the trade actually helped both teams? Good Lord.
You're so dumb.
How am I dumb? They both made the playoffs.
One team was under 500. One team wasn't. One team still gave up a shit ton of picks. One team still doesn't know if they actually have their quarterback. One team still
I think the Bears know they
sucks.
have their quarterback, but yeah, continue.
Exactly. That's why I said one team. Funny.
Yeah, I don't know why you think that. I mean, they still made the playoffs in a division that's probably open for the next couple years.
So that means they want to trade because their division sucks?
No, I'm just asking if they change anything if both teams
It's
made
not
the
even
playoffs.
close, dude. We got a right tackle that's almost an all-pro. Well, he was a second string all-pro. We have Caleb Williams. We have a Pro Bowl wide receiver. That right there, and you're still leaving out some pieces. Fucking stupid ass point again. Jesus.
I mean, to be fair, they made their first playoffs since 2011 when Cam Newton went crazy that one year. So it's not a wash season on there, and they play some good ball. They beat this Rams team. They beat the Packers. So like, it's
They
not
cou-
a lost
couldn't
season.
even
It's
like
win
okay,
a
Kansas.
big
Boopin.
game. They
It's
got
okay.
in
He
because
doesn't-
the
he
Falcons
doesn't
beat
care
the
about that
Saints.
stuff. You
That's why
still
they got
win.
in.
What do you mean?
They didn't win the game that they needed to win. They lost the
The
Bucks.
Bears lost the last 2 games of the season, and they still
They
got
didn't
second
need to
because of
win
the
'em.
Eagles.
They didn't need to
for
win
the
'em.
second seed. They did.
No, they didn't because they lost.
Oh God, you keep living that fantasy life. But yeah, I would say that that and the Bills. I mean, these next matchups, which I wanted to see who you guys got. We got Niners, Seattle, Broncos, Buffalo, Houston, New England, and of course, we already talked about Bears, Rams. So who'd you guys got?
Oh, the Kittle being out hurts. I
Yeah.
think Niners, especially. God, what was the score? 40-3 or something? It was awful, wasn't it? I
No, it
don't think
was
it'll be that bad, but
13-3.
was it? Oh wow, I thought they scored more points. But I think it'll be tough sledding for San Francisco. I looked up the first game they played each other, just like the Bears and Packers. They played each other earlier. The first game was like 17-15 or 17-13. 49ers won, so they're 1-1 in the series. But I think Seattle handily wins this to go onto the next round.
I agree with
Agreement?
Seattle. Miller.
Yeah. Seattle.
Sorry, buddy.
Broncos, Buffalo. I want Buffalo to win, but if this is the way for Buffalo to get to their Super Bowl, it has to be like a rough schedule. But I don't know. I don't know if the break is going to help Denver or not. I always feel bad for those teams that have a break that don't know what they're like. They haven't had it before.
Yeah, it looked rough. Eagles rested, they lost. Packers rested, they lost. Right? It's not a good. The numbers don't do any justice. Plus,
I think I'm going to go Homer and go Buffalo.
Yeah, I've always said Denver is that. I mean, to be fair, Bills lost at least a wide receiver and someone on defense too. I think so. They are also hurting, but I still believe that Denver is like with Bo Nix. He just has one trick, and so if they can somehow figure out how to stop him, I think Josh Allen wins the game. I think it'll be ugly though. I think it'll be like low scoring, but I think Buffalo finds a way to win it at the end.
Yeah, I think Buffalo as well.
And the last game, Houston, New England. Houston looked so good. I watched that game. The last pass that Aaron Rodgers ever throws is a pick 6 in the playoffs. And man, I think Houston wins.
It's so tough.
God,
It's so tough because both of them are very good defenses. Like
I did say New England would be
not get
a
over
good
10.
defense.
Did
might
you
be.
see? I think Herbert got pressured on 30 out of 31 dropbacks.
Yeah, but he
That's
doesn't
how-
have a line. That's the only.
He doesn't, but that's still insane. Like that defense played out of their mind.
Because Stroud, how many times did Stroud turned the ball over? Was it 3 or 4?
He had
think
like
it's 3
5
fumbles
fumbles.
and 1 or
He-
2
I th-
interceptions or something.
I saw he
So,
was
like-
the first quarterback to have 5 fumbles and still win the game.
Yeah, so who knows what the hell is going to happen. I think Houston's just too good up front.
I think Houston, like, hopefully this was the adversity they had to overcome. Now they have that. I think talent-wise, is Nico hurt? I know
He's
left
in a
the game.
concussion, and I think
Yeah.
they're short week, so I doubt he's going to play.
Yeah, I think that hurts. Christian Kirk was their number 1 wide receiver, so I think like that's gonna hurt a little bit. But still, I think, God, I don't want to see New England back there again. Not too soon, you know.
It is
Oh.
it is weird, and it does look like that team is going to be there. All right, boys, if there's nothing to it, great episode today.
Yeah,
I
feel
look
better.
forward.
Be less cranky next time.
I'm not cranky. I just when I
Have
feel
better
like this.
takes next time.
My takes were perfect. If anything, you were too defensive. If anything,
Fun fact: I think AFC, no matter who makes the Super Bowl, it'll be their first Super Bowl for the quarterback.
7 out of 8 teams.
Yeah.
Stafford's the only one.
and it's Bears against what is it, NFC West, basically.
Yep.
So, all right. With that, I'm too sick and tired to figure this out. So, Miller, send us home.
Thank you for listening. I'm not even going to get a song. Some people have good points on this podcast. Some people don't. Continue to listen to the ones that do. Me, and you'll be happier. Let's go Bears. Playoffs. Super Bowl bound. Here we go. Bye-bye.
You said Super Bowl bound and you picked LA. You're a fucking idiot.
I could still have an
Bear
opinion.
claw. Bear claw.